Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. This week we are honoured to be joined by the Managing Director of Grabo, Mr. Jonathan Grassi. So, Jonathan, welcome to BMTV.
Thank you.
It's lovely to have you here. Now, I've got so many questions for you, but to start with, I mean, Grabo is becoming more well known, I would say, in the UK. But to start with, I want to find out a little bit more about Grabo. So what's the history of Grabo? Where did it start? How has it got to be where it is today?
Well, as it started, thank you very much for referring to me as Jonathan Grassi, Mr. Jonathan Grassi. I never get that. And honoured.
No, it's great. It's lovely to have you here. Let's just say we're having
fun. Let's just say we're having fun.
Okay, we are having fun.
How did Grabo start? Well, Grabo started in 1982. It was an intuition of my father. So he was distributing balloons for a German company, if I recall correctly, and well, they went bust. So he took the machineries and started producing balloons by himself. So he was kind of the first real producer in Europe. Well, he still is the first producer in Europe. We still are the first producers in Europe because we are the largest manufacturers in this continent. So that's how it started, really selling balloons, selling them on the street, so making a very, very tough life back in the days. Yeah. And then slowly growing to become what it is today. So as I said, the largest manufacturer and reselling company in all of Europe, which we're very happy about. Yeah.
So you say they're selling them on the street. So for a while, I mean for a long time, that is what your entire business, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's without a pinch of shame. That's where we come from. Yeah, that's how we started. That's how we grew. That's how we were introduced to, let's say, the decorator side of the business, the retail side of the business, which is, as you know, so being a balloon market, a very interesting side of the whole market, a very fun side, a side that allows you to experiment, to innovate, to bring out new balloons, to bring out new colors, to be on trend, to follow the tracks. So yeah, that's where we came from. We've been doing 30 years. Obviously, there's not just the vendor side, there's the custom side, there's the advertisement, the publicities and all that. We are strongly established as a producing company, and what we're doing now is we are strongly pushing our name into the market, you know, name based on quality, reliability, service, innovation, and the best part of this is that we're doing it having a lot of fun.
I've noticed when I've looked on your website, it looks like it's a fun place to work because you've got a gym.
We do.
You've got a spa.
Yes.
You've got somewhere to drop your little children off.
Yes. Which is my office, by the way.
Is it?
That's where I'm creative.
So it's not where you're actually trying to work. You just go down there and
I consider them my colleagues.
Yeah, yeah. That's brilliant. So it does look like a fantastic place to work. Where does that culture come from? Does it come from that desire to have fun and for everybody to have fun in the business?
I think that rather than fun, which is definitely very important, it comes from a culture of wanting to give everybody that orbits around the Grabo world, so not only the people that work in Grabo, but the suppliers, the customers, which, you know, during the years become much more than just suppliers and customers, obviously. The idea that we all want to live well. We all want to have a good time. We all work for 8 hours every day at least, and while we do that, we want to be happy. So it's not just about fun, it's about being happy. As you said, of course, we have, you know, the spas, the saunas, the football ground, the beach volley ground, the vegetable garden.
I missed a lot, didn't I?
Yeah, but you didn't come to Italy. You didn't.
Oh, well, you'll have to invite me over there sometime.
I have to invite you over. You're always invited.
Okay,
you know, it's always open.
There you go. That'll be another show. Okay, us visiting Grabo. I'd quite like to do that.
Oh, that would be good.
Matt looks quite excited about doing that as well. So yeah, so I think it just comes across, you know, all of those things that you've got there. And I saw there's some videos of open days and stuff there, and you have people coming in and find it. It looks like it's a really important part of the culture.
The last thing we did was we brought in lambs to make cheese. That is true.
So you've got lambs there.
We've got lambs
at work.
Yes, yes.
To make cheese.
Correct, correct. and realize we haven't spoken about balloons yet.
No, but it's this that intrigues me, because I mean, when you're advertising for recruitment and you say to people, lamb's cheese is a benefit of working here, that's wacky. The team are trying to get me to get a dog for the office, and I don't even want a dog, but that's amazing. That is fantastic.
Well, you should get a dog. Get a Labrador. They're easy dogs.
Yeah, I do like
they're
Labradors.
Friendly.
If you're gonna
we had a Labrador in the company, obviously.
Yeah. Who knows? I'm not going to say yes right now. So back to you and what you do and how the business is structured. So you're effectively the ideas man.
Yes. My father wouldn't be happy to hear this.
Okay. All right. Sorry. But it's your job to actually look for trends, to look for ideas, think of what's coming next, and as you say, go into different markets. And the UK being one of them, because up until recently, last year, the year before, last year, really, Grabo wasn't really that well known a brand here in the UK, except for vendors.
That is correct. Yeah, one thing I'm very proud of is the operation that we did into the UK. We had almost no market in the UK, except for the vendor side. We were very established on the vendor side, and we have a great family that we worked with for many years, for many decades. But we weren't established in the market, in the retail, in the decorations. Which was something that always made me think a lot, because I grew up in the UK. My mother is English, and my grandparents were from Sunderland, so I know a lot of so I know the English culture, because when I was a kid, I used to go around, the Marks and Spencers and Fenix and all those shops, and I saw a lot of enthusiasm towards balloons and towards stationery and tableware and everything that concerns parties. So I thought, I'm pretty sure that the UK is like probably the biggest market in Europe, and we're not in the biggest market in Europe. So in the past 18 months, or not even, because that's the time that we've been into the UK, I think that we've managed to do a pretty good job. Yeah. Obviously, thanks to Grabo's capacity, the quality of the balloons, which is, well, I'd say it obviously because I'm a
you would, Jonathan. But I would have to agree, and I've said it many times on BMTV, that the quality of the balloons, I think, is fantastic. And I'm not just saying that to get you to think, oh, that's great.
I'm sure you would.
If they were rubbish, I'd tell you they're right. Maybe not on camera, but I would be giving you that feedback.
I probably wouldn't be here if they were rubbish.
But we've found that the percentage of returns is so very, very low. If you ask the guys in the office, next to nothing is returned or people complaining about it. So credit where it's due. I think you've done a really good job there.
Thank you. It really makes us proud. We appreciate that very much. We appreciate that very much.
As somebody that's a managing director of Grabo, I'm intrigued to find out, well, as a leader, as somebody that is in charge of a large operation, what are the values you hold personally that are then translated to the business? That seems like a deep question, doesn't it?
Well, I have a graduation in philosophy, so shoot me with it.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So what would you say your values are, your personal values that you then transfer to the business?
The personal values, wow, didn't expect this one, but I like that. No, we like to be honest, transparent, hardworking. We like to work to reach a goal. Because you probably know this better than me, in every environment there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of ego, and sometimes the ego comes before doing a good job. What we do in Grabo is we are a team. There is no one better than anyone else. Every opinion is taken into consideration. I like to speak every day with as many people I can see in Grabo, just to know even if they feel okay, if they're happy working in Grabo, what their ambitions are, what their aspirations are. And I think this comes true, because if you have a family and everything runs well in the family, then you're sure that you're going to have a good job. Yeah. The important thing is to have a good product. But to have a good product, you need to have good cooperation. You need to have good individualities within the company that mix together to create a great team.
Let's talk about a few of the products. Can you tell us about what products you have lined up in the future, in the near future, or is that all hush hush?
I think that when you become, when you become a market leader, you can't you keep anything secret. You have to be confident enough to say what you're doing, to state what you're doing, to state where you want to go. The next big things, obviously, considering that I think that we've done a substantially good job when expanding our numbers range, because in something like 6 months we brought out 26-inch letters in more than 5 colors that are a real market crasher, because we were very responsive, I believe, to the helium problem that's been going on for a few months now, probably for more than a year. And we added 10 colors on the 26-inch numbers, and we added the 40-inch glitter numbers, which was something very important in my opinion, and obviously these ones. So this is just referred to the past. What we've done now, since we've put so many, in Italy we say we put so many meat on the barbecue, on the grill, is to try to understand where we can fill in the gaps to give a whole comprehensive offer to our clients. So we're going to move on to the decorative side, foil decorative side. We have just started, always being very careful to make a quality product. So we've just added the 15-inch globes to our line, so perfectly spherical balloon. And that is just the beginning of a point we want to reach by January 2020. So to have a full decorative assortment of balloons that's going to comprehend something spherical, something that resembles a cube, something that resembles a gem, in different sizes, obviously. And we want to start using all these balloons and finishing them off with a good latex. We will never do latex. We're not interested in doing latex, but because we know foil, we do foil, and we think we do it very well, and we're going to stick to what we do. But we understand that when this balloon goes out, any of these balloons go out, a decorator will want to give added value through latex, probably. So we want to study the best possible means to give to our decorators a way to make a balloon look like a dream. I mean, you have to look at a balloon like you're looking at a dream, and that's what we're aiming at. Just to actually put the stakes higher every time. So decorative balloons on the one side. We're going to have a full comprehensive line of globes with messages, non-messages, and whatnot, and just expand all the time. Just keep running. Just keep running. When we were kind of dragged down by the market and we weren't sure what we were going to do, so we thought either we just go with the flow or we start running. I mean, running fast. And we started running fast, and we had such a good time running fast, and this is where we are right now, and having a lot of fun because we're running, and we see that a lot of people are following us, but that's not a concern to us. It's good. We are definitely flattered by other competitors following us, and we want to continue paving the way for the future.
I think competition is a good thing. So I think it's good. So I'd like to go back a little bit to the quality side of things. As I say, we've been impressed with your quality. You say it's something that you want to achieve. How do you get that quality? Is there anything you do specifically?
Yes, we really try to trash the balloon with all our means. I mean, we try to trash the balloon. We stress the balloon so much. We put it under like really hot lamps, and during the summer we put them on top of, on the concrete road under Italian July, August sun, so that's killing, Obviously, we try with every means to take the ink off the balloon, because we're very aware that ink is a very important part of the balloon, and you don't want it coming off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and even on the new deco balloons that we've done on the globes that we know globes have had, and the equivalent, the American equivalent, and the Chinese equivalent, and the Japanese equivalent, they all have troubles with the ink because it comes off, because the material is very stretchy, so the ink tends to come off. And we know that to give added value, since this is a decorative balloon and it needs added value to it, many decorators use vinyl, and use ribbons and everything. So we try to keep it as perfect as possible for them. And you know, for security reasons, obviously, we're very aware of the security reasons. A baby can go next to a balloon and just have a brilliant idea to just think it's a lollipop or anything. So we're very aware of this, and we always try to make the best balloon. And
so you try and break the balloons effectively.
You can only hurt someone you love, so we try to trash the balloons because we love them.
I always think of testing, and I always think of that chair in IKEA that it's just vibrating up and down for however many years. So that's effectively what you try and do to balloons, is completely destroy them. Well, when we met at Spring Fair, and you talked about the pastel foils, and you said it took you quite a week to get something just right. Is that a big part of what you do? Are you actually down there getting your hands dirty and really trying to figure things out?
Well, I should say yes to look good, but no. But the big part of the job is to really get to the point I want to get to. And if getting to the point I want to get to is staying a week in the printing machine, then I'll stay a week in the printing machine.
So what was it with these pastels then? What was not quite right?
We had to tone down as much as possible the metal, because obviously a foil balloon has metal in it, and it couldn't look plasticky. It had to look pastel.
You mean a matte sort of finish? It had to look a bit.
It had to. It had to look like a macaron. You had to feel hungry when looking at the balloon.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we stayed there. I stayed there with the manager of the printing department, which is also a very good friend of mine. We go see the matches together, and we go to the stadium together. He's a really good guy. So it's never a problem to work in Grabo. It's always fun. For the 10th million time I said that. And we just achieved it. Hour after hour, test after test. I'm not going to tell you how. I'm going to tell you. No, the camera's off. I'm going to tell you.
You don't have to tell me how. But
we were down there for a week, and we managed to achieve it very well. And I should say this, thanks to you.
Is it goat's milk? Lamb's milk. Lamb's milk, that's what it is.
Damn, you're an intelligent man.
That's why you wanted the lambs.
That's exactly it.
Sorry, I interrupted. What were you going to say?
No, that's... Damn, you caught me on the lamb's milk. I can't believe that.
So there's other manufacturers out there now buying sheep, you realise?
Yes, exactly.
I'm laughing at my own joke.
It was funny. It was a funny joke.
So you do spend time, and it goes back to that standard thing. You have these standards, and you're not happy. Is it? Ought to be right in saying so? You want it to be absolutely precise, and you will do whatever it is you've got to do to get it that way.
As a matter of fact, something that really tears my heart open in half is I wanted to expand this new matte line that's doing very well to the new Deco Globe balloons. But we're not achieving that right now. Unfortunately, we're not achieving that right now, because of the deformation of the balloon and the ink crumbling off, which is a problem.
Do you think you'll find a solution to that?
I'm confident.
There a solution?
I'm confident that I will give it my best shot. I'm confident, and we will achieve it. We will achieve it.
Yeah.
We already achieved it really, but since we have the quality standards that we want to reach in mind, the balloon is not ready yet. The balloon is not ready. Which is kind of sad, but it gives us motivation to go on working on the project.
I think this must be how inventors feel, and it's like, is it James Dyson? He produced, was it 5,727 prototypes of his vacuum cleaner before it actually went out. Some huge number like that. But the day he got it right and was happy with it, that must have been a great day for him. So there must be maybe not 5,700 different versions, but it must feel very much like that when you absolutely nail something and you're really happy with it.
It's satisfying. It's satisfying, definitely satisfying. And every time setting new goals and reaching them is very satisfying. There are bigger goals like moving the market share into the UK. So that took 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Only the preparation, obviously, and now we're actually playing the game. We're still in the launching phase. We're still in the first 18 months of the project. So that was obviously a larger goal. Yeah. What I've been going around, I've been traveling quite some time in autumn. And what I've been promising my clients is from next year, from 2019, because it was 2018, from 2019, you will have quarterly issues that will be delivered to you, launched, and we'll start working from there. So the next issue that we have is in July, where we have a new set of balloons, hopefully balloons that you like. Hopefully, we're confident in that. But that took about 6 months just to organize all that, because you have the engineering of the balloon, you have the artistic development of the balloon, you have the production of the balloon, you have the warehouse facility that needs to always be on the spot. So if you think of you just want to be precise, well, that's easy. I just wouldn't be precise. But if you go and analyze what's behind all that, which is a process that takes for one single balloon maybe 6 months, you understand that there's a lot to put in order in that sense. So the goals depend. They vary. Yeah. The next goal is losing a couple of kilos for the summer, but
tell me about it. I need to lose way more than that, but I believe time is running out. We seem to have skipped winter here. We've gone straight to spring. I think we had a couple of cold days and that was it. But anyway, so the environment is obviously a lot of people's top priority at the moment. It's becoming more and more talked about. What does Grabo do regarding protecting the environment or making things environmentally friendly? What do you, as a foil balloon manufacturer, what are you doing?
Well, first of all, let me say that we're all very happy that people are becoming environment concerned and environment aware. I think it's very good. From our side, we're also trying to support the environment, at the same time supporting the business that we all live in and that brings, I believe, great pleasure to all.
Absolutely.
So what we can do really, because when it comes down to environment, we're not only a small company, but altogether I think the balloon business is also a small market. If you compare it to food and beverages, if you compare it to pharmaceuticals, if you compare it to anything that comes to your mind, it's a ridiculous part of that business. But what we're doing, because we want to make the world a better place. That's why we're here. We should leave the world a better place than how we found it. So we put solar panels on all our facilities. The largest part of our business is energy fed by the sun. We are working on an idea that came to me thanks to you. I mean, we developed this idea together, so we're going to try to limit as most we can the amount of plastic in the balloon and in the packaging of the balloon.
Yes, I remember. I was wondering that. What's Jonathan going to say? Yes. So the packaging,
it's all a cultural thing, really. When you buy a balloon, you recycle it. You throw it away. When it goes down, you throw it away. You recycle it in the correct place. We also support memory in the balloon. So a balloon can also be a memory. If anybody holds a diary, they can just put the balloon in their diary and remember their birthday or their wedding or their Valentine's Day without throwing it away, keeping it. Obviously, we do not support balloon releases. Balloon releases in the air we do not support. We support a healthy way of using the balloon that can be very pleasureful. Is pleasureful a word in English?
You've just made it a word.
But it makes sense, right?
It does, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, I'll use it again. Very pleasurable. It can make any venue very pleasurable. So we support all this, but most of all, we support a nice cultural way of treating the balloon. So treat a balloon with respect, because it's going to give you joy, but you have to give back the joy to the environment that the balloon is given to you. So just throw the balloon away. When it's finished, pop it.
Yeah.
Don't throw them in the sky. Don't be the person that gives the possibility of the balloon to fly into the sea and to deflate into the sea. So awareness, first of all. The balloon business is a very small part of the packaging industry, and cultural improvement. Just treat the balloon how it needs to be treated, and treat the environment how it needs to be treated.
Yeah, we can only do our bit. We can't. No one industry, particularly an industry as small as ours worldwide, can make that one massive impact that's going to save the world. And that goes for all industries. However, if everybody does their little bit, then it all helps. And that's all we can do. That's all we can do. Yes, we are a waste-producing species. Whatever it is we do, we produce waste. Particularly in the developed world, we produce a lot of waste. So how can we reduce that down? And that's what I think we need to be considering more. But so solar panels, and that powers, how much of your business would you say altogether? How much energy do you get out of that? From a percentage point of view, can you say that?
Now, and it just started, we're around probably more than 50%.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's very sunny where you are then, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I told you should come down. I'm going to wine you and dine you for a couple of days. That's what I do.
That sounds like a deal. You ready for that, Matt? Yes, Matt's very ready for that. Jonathan, it's been a pleasure talking to you, as always.
It was for me.
Thank you so much for doing this. Jonathan's flown in today and is flying out back home today. So I'm really thankful for your time to do this.
Thankful for your invitation.
As a guest, you get to ask the BMTV Nation a question of the week. So
should have told me before, Greg.
Yeah, I know. I always forget. But anyway, if you would like to talk into that camera,
I'll address the camera over there.
You can address the camera and ask the BMTV Nation a question.
Okay, BMTV Nation. Well, I'd like to share not only a question with you, but just a personal little story. I was the one in Grabo to strongly push the narwhal. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Narwhal, because I strongly believed it would be, the new thing, the ocean and the unicorn for 2019. From you, Balloon Market Nation, Balloon Market TV Nation, I would like to know, and hopefully, if we find a solution to this, we will produce it for sure. What balloon would you like to see produced by Grabo for the July issue? What do you think is going to be the next big thing? What do you think you would like to use in your compositions? So this is a question, and if you would answer me, I would be very happy to deliver a balloon for you.
All right, okay. So you're saying, depending on what is said, if there's a bit of a trend there or something, you would then produce that balloon.
I would be so happy to produce a balloon.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And that's this July, 2019? 2019,
yeah.
Wow.
So comment on the...
Yeah, leave your comments down below on Facebook and on YouTube. And, well, that's a really good question. I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited too. I'm excited. I want to get like loads of information. And if you, whatever we get more, we'll produce the balloon.
So this is your opportunity. So whatever ideas you have, whatever balloon you've been crying out for your decor, leave your comments down below on Facebook and YouTube, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get one from Grabo. Jonathan, thank you so much for doing this. And thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and we'll see Jonathan again in a few weeks, and see you next week. Bye-bye.